Trae Young has never lacked for confidence. It was that way after his first Summer League game in Utah, where he missed his first 10 shots, including going 0 of 7 from 3 with a couple of airballs. He looked overmatched and overwhelmed. He had the right mindset: my shot's going to fall, my shot's going to fall eventually. I'm not too worried about it. It's just one game. 3 weeks later, by the end of Summer League in Las Vegas, Young had adjusted to the pace and length of the game, and he was dominating, knocking down threes, and controlling games. It was the story this season. Young looked overwhelmed at first. He shot 24.8% from 3 through October and November. His true shooting percentage in November was 44.3. He didn't know how to run a team. He struggled defensively. He was just a mess. Look at Young now. In his last 10 games he is scoring 26.4 points per game and shooting 45.9% from 3. Friday night against the Bulls he had 49 points with 16 assists, his third straight game with at least 35 points. The last rookie to score 35 in at least 2 games was Allen Iverson. Young has pushed his way onto Rookie of the Year ballots. He's not going to win the award, but he will finish top 3. Young still has his trademark confidence, and he's still using his doubters as fuel. Look what he told Chris Kirschner of The Athletic. "If I didn't have people that doubted me, if I didn't have people that didn't believe in my ability, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today," Young said. "I have had people doubt me all through my career and all through my life. I think that's what drives me and fuels me to be where I am today. So if I didn't have those types of people around and those types of people to motivate me and fuel me, then I wouldn't be here today." Young and John Collins give the Hawks the potential to be special down the line, a big and a guard with chemistry both playing at an all-star or above level. It's just going to take time and confidence. Young has both. More and more NBA players are coming forward to talk about their mental health concerns. Kevin Love, DeMar DeRozan, and other players have come forward, all of which prompted the National Basketball Players Association to hire a director of mental health and wellness to launch a program and work with players. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, speaking at the MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference, said the issue is bigger than a few isolated players, and that those players open up to him about mental health issues. "We are living in a time of anxiety," Silver said via the Associated Press. "I think it's a direct result of social media. A lot of players are unhappy. I'm an anxious person myself. That's why the players like talking to me." Silver has been out in front of the issues, encouraging players to speak out. It's not an issue he wants to see pushed into the dark corners, where it has lived for too long in society. Silver also said the isolation players feel is more than an NBA issue, it's a societal one. Via the Boston Globe. "If you're around a team in this day and age, there are always headphones on. The players are isolated, and they have their heads down," Silver observed. He also added that unhappiness and isolation around the league is to the point where it's almost pathology. "I don't think it's unique to these players. I don't think it's something that's just going around superstar athletes. I think it's a generational issue," added Silver. As Silver noted, the days when Isaiah Thomas said, "championships are won on the bus," are long gone. It wasn't going to matter, not at the trade deadline. Whatever the Lakers threw in an offer for Anthony Davis back in February, sources with knowledge of the Pelicans' thinking told me, 1. Upper management, ownership there didn't want to feel bullied into trading Davis at the deadline. They wanted to do it at their own pace. 2. They don't love the Lakers' young players. They think there are better offers out there. So no deal. The question still hangs out there, what did the Lakers offer? Rumors had the Lakers offering every young player on their roster, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, a couple of picks, and everything except the Jerry West statue in front of Staples Center. Don't believe it, Laker owner Jenny Buss said at the MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference, via Howard Beck of Bleacher Report. There is likely a combination of truth and narrative control going on here. Among Laker fans, there was a sense of surprise and near embarrassment that the Pelicans kept shooting down whatever offers were made, kind of a "why don't they like our guys" line of thinking. This comment can ease some of that. The most credible rumors I heard through this was the Lakers offered a variety of packages, different combinations of players and picks, for Davis. The idea was to give options to New Orleans. Some packages could help more in the short term. There were more total rebuild-style offers. None of them intrigued the Pelicans enough, and there may not have been a kitchen sink offer made. Even if there had been, it likely would not have mattered. The Lakers are by no means out of the Davis sweepstakes. Depending on what happens in the draft lottery and what happens in the playoffs, particularly in the top half of the Eastern Conference, the offers other teams can make and the players available in free agency can change. For example, if Kyrie Irving leaves Boston as a free agent, what the Celtics will offer for Davis changes and may be less enticing. It's going to be a wild, unpredictable summer, and the Lakers are going to be in the middle of all of it. The Minnesota Timberwolves did not suddenly turn a corner after coach and GM Tom Thibodeau was let go mid-season. The Timberwolves have gone 10-12 under interim coach Ryan Saunders, although they have looked better in recent weeks. In their last 10 games, the Timberwolves have a top 10 offense in the league, and since the All-Star break, Karl Anthony Towns put up big numbers until a car accident sidelined him. All of that is not enough to get Minnesota in the playoffs this year, but there is some reason for optimism going forward. Owner Glenn Taylor likes what he's seen out of Saunders and thinks the youngest coach in the NBA could keep his job after the season. Here is what Taylor told Sid Hartman of the Star-Tribune. "I think he has a good chance to get the job full-time," Taylor said. "It's like everything, we're going to wait until we play out these last 20-some games and I think we'll know and he'll know at that time if it works out. But he is off to a good start. I would just say I really like him as a person. I have known him since he was a young man, and I am really pleased with how he is starting out coaching this team. To me, it's been challenging to judge just how good a job Saunders is doing. There isn't enough hard evidence to swing a job review one way or the other yet. It's always difficult to judge an interim coach because there are only so many changes one can make mid-season. In Minnesota's case, you need to throw in a rash of injuries that muddy the picture. Robert Covington, Tyus Jones, Jeff Teague, and Derrick Rose have all missed time for Saunders, and now Towns is in that mix as well. On the upside, players seemed to play hard for him, but the team isn't winning at a different pace than it did for Thibodeau. Towns had a good stretch of games before the concussion. Andrew Wiggins has been up and down for Saunders, but he is up and down for everyone. That's just Wiggins. The other big question in all this, who will be the general manager next season? Scott Layden is in that role now and there have not been rumblings of the Timberwolves contacting other teams to talk about potential candidates. Layden may keep the job, but whoever is in that chair should get to choose their coach. Saunders may get to keep the job because the owner really likes him as a person. It's just hard to tell if that will be the best thing for Minnesota going forward. Anthony Davis is playing out the end of an awkward season. Through his agent, Rich Paul, he told the Pelicans he would not re-sign with them and asked for a trade, but the timing before the trade deadline and public campaign clearly were trying to push him to the Lakers. The Pelicans brass was not playing ball. Davis did not get traded, and now we have this awkward dance. The Pelicans want to sit him the rest of the way but can't. League and union pressures, so this ridiculous compromise has been struck where he plays 20 minutes a night, not the fourth quarter, and the Pelicans grind out the rest of their season just trying to ignore it. It's a PR mess. Through it all, Davis has said little. That is, until he went on The Shop, LeBron James's barbershop talk show on HBO. Davis was in the episode released Friday and he had plenty to say about him wanting to take control of his career. All the media coverage around me, and now I'm getting a chance to take over my career and say what I want to say and do what I want to do. So now you see everybody saying, alright, I see AD changing. Everybody's telling me, you're growing up. It's about time to take care of your business, take care of your career. So now, as a player, as the CEO of my own business, I've got the power. I'm doing what I want to do and not what somebody tells me to do. LeBron's Lakers want to trade for Davis, but the Boston Celtics and other teams are expected to get into the bidding this summer. Davis was honest in saying he does not know what's going to happen. It is tough because you just don't know. I don't know. I have 1 year left on contract, so I'm not sure what they're gonna do. Obviously, I stated my intentions. I did that this year and they essentially said, no, we're going to keep you here. So for me, it's just not knowing what's going to happen. It wasn't so much we're going to keep you here, as we feel bullied and are not just going to send you where you want to go. Also, sources have told me all along the Pelicans believe they will get better offers than what the Lakers can put on the table. Now Davis gets booed at home games in New Orleans, which shouldn't be a surprise as the fans feel betrayed. When I walked into the arena and I heard the boos, I was like, damn, 7 years I've been here, all the stuff I did for you, all the community stuff, and so it bothered me. And then when we tipped it up, it was over. I was like, I'm about to get 30, and note, he had 32 in that first game back. When I caught it, they booed. Then when we started losing, and I went on a run myself, they were like, we want AD, and I was like, you've got to make up your mind. You can't boo me and cheer me. Actually, they can and should boo and cheer him. Of course the New Orleans fans want him to stay, he's one of the 5 best players in the world. The Pelicans are better with him and, from the fans' perspective, he wants to leave them. That stings. So their emotions are all over the place with him. That's to be expected. Davis may not like how the narrative is spun about him now, but that's part of the price of the game he chose to play, not basketball, but forcing his way out of New Orleans. He has the right to control his own destiny, to ultimately play where he wants to play, but he can't expect the many fans around the league emotionally invested in what jersey he pulls on next year to see it that way. Same with teams whose financial fortunes can change on his decision. Once Davis is traded, there will be new sets of unhappy fan bases. Once you're the CEO, that's just part of what comes with it.